Hi everyone, Emma here. Take a look at what I have today. So I saw this image on Pinterest, and it's probably how I preface a lot of my videos. But yeah, so I saw this idea and I thought maybe we could do something with it. So basically, all you need is a toggle clasp. Now your hole for your toggle clasp should fit at least one strand of a suede. And let me set this here. So let's cut this on an angle just to show you. And you can get this suede at Michael's. Now be careful when you order the multi-pack at Michael's. It comes on a tube and they have it glued onto the tube and the glue sticks to the suede. So now this isn't real suede, this is a faux suede. You can get real suede, and I think actually Michael's has some of that. Super expensive, but definitely if you want to do a really, top-notch bracelet for someone, you can do that. And you can also use flat leather, so like leather, not necessarily leather rope, but it's leather that's cut narrow so that it's basically the same width as this, and then do it. Looks really nice as well. So this one fits for this hole, so that's good because that's the one we're going to use. So we have this here, and this is the bead in question. So let me, I have a few things displayed. Let me explain some stuff and then we'll start making it. So I have these beads here and I'll go into detail when I zoom in, but right now you can see the different things. So the idea is to string these beads together. How you orient them is up to you, and the image that I saw had them all oriented side by side like this. But let me enlarge that a bit. But when I was just kind of finishing it up for a display, I put this bead on top of here and realized that looks really nice. So you can alternate it, 2 or 3 beads this way and then one on each side. So actually, I think we might do that. Do it 2. So the other thing is this, I would use one of these. You put your clasp on and then one of these, like kind of like I've done here on this side. Now these are different beads. So these ones are a little narrower, the hole. So that's the big deal with these. I don't have a lot of large hole beads. So the beads that I do have are metallic, and I don't particularly like using metallic beads in jewelry because when you sweat and the moisture in the air, it will tarnish these. I would recommend, again, I'm just going to do this for the sake of the video, but I would definitely coat these with some type of finish, so either nail polish or if you have vintage patina, the bottle of finish, let me see, sometimes I have it on my shelf somewhere here. Yeah, I don't have it, but you can order it on Amazon. I think it's between $7 and $10. It's a small bottle, but it'll last a long time. It is definitely worth getting it. And what you could do, because these are so small, and you probably want to do the inside as well, is just take a bunch of these and put them in like one of these little plastic cups and fill your varnish, patina varnish or finish, and just swish them around, and then you could probably take them out and set them on something to dry. I would probably set it standing up like that. So these are my, you can get these from Peggy at Buy the Beads. I ordered a bunch of them and they're super cheap. Actually, any store, any jewelry store has them. It has the scoop and you can adjust where you want your scoop. And yeah, it has the really long pliers and a nice ridge so that it's easy to grip. So that's that. So I would definitely recommend that. So let's talk about these large hole beads. Again, if you have some glass beads that are large hole like that, it would look stunning. Pearls, even better, but I don't have any large holed pearls. I do have some miracle beads. The holes are a little smaller than these guys, so it might be a bit tricky, and they're basically plastic. So okay, so let's get started. Here's the and let me just show you the variations in color. So you could put the white suede, and this suede comes in so many different colors. Now here's the thing about the white faux suede. In anything white, I would be leery of using it. I find it gets dirty, and then you might have to just take it apart, save your beads, and get rid of this piece here. I've done some stuff with white leather, and I have a bunch of white leather for making wrap bracelets, and it's the same thing. It gets dirty. You can wipe it with a damp cloth, but with the suede, it's porous. You really can't. So, but it looks beautiful. So there's that one. And then here's the turquoise one. Again, looks really amazing. So, depends what you want to do with it. If I think there is some like suede protectant. You could probably spray this with it first. So kind of like a Scotch Guard thing. So we'll put those aside. And we don't need these. So these were, and I apologize if you ask where I got these. I got these on eBay more than 10 years ago. So you could probably do some searches. I got them super cheap. I think it was like $2 or $3 for 100 of them. And I still have them just because I find that they're fine, and I live right by the ocean, and I have my window open in the summer, so these should have tarnished, but they seem to be fine in my jewelry case. But then when I put them on leather and give them to people, they get tarnished and cruddy and rusted. So let's get started. So we'll just put that there for now. So to start with, you're going to need to cut a piece of your suede, faux suede, and depending on what you want to do with it, if you want to do a double wrap or a single wrap, it's going to differ in the length. I went ahead and cut 4 feet. You are going to like double it up, so you always have to remember when you're doubling it up to double your length. So I think this should do fine for even a double, but we'll see how far we get with these. They could be a bit difficult to weave, so we might just go with one. So let's go ahead, I'm starting with the toggle, and I'll tell you why. There is a reason for it, because the toggles are only going to require one strand to go through and then fold over. When we get finished at the end, we need to add the other part of our toggle clasp, and we are going to fold over, but we're going to have 4 pieces because we have 2 strands that we have to secure. Now you could do it in a knot and just do one. You could do it with a jump ring. There's variations, but to make it easier, I just thought we'd do one. And you can see this is super tiny. I wouldn't go any smaller than that. So let's take this down to the middle. And I'm going to tilt this straight so that I don't go off camera here. Right. So just bring this. And just remember, this faux suede is a bit not cheap. It's not very strong, so if you yanked on this hard enough and there was a weak point, it would break. I've had some break on me. So even going through this hole, probably there. So there's your first section. You can do a barrel knot here. Let's try it. I think it would look awesome. Or you can just go ahead and slide one of these over like I did here. And that will hold that in place. But you know what? I think I love doing barrel knots. And I know that it's not something that it's something people struggle with, so it gives me an opportunity to show you. So this is a tube bead, and I'm going to give you the measurement of this because I did some bracelets with some of these and people ask, and I apologize I didn't get back to people. So this is about 1.5 inches, but let's do the centimeters here. So 4 centimeters long. Again, I bought these on eBay like 10 years ago, and I actually got a full refund because this is actually what they looked like. And some of them were worse than this. So I use them specifically for barrel knots, and I do, you know, I've been forgetting to put them in the giveaway stuff. I usually put one in a giveaway because I had so many, and I mean, how many do I need really? Here's an example of a rusted one, and this is how they came. So I wouldn't recommend, I don't know if you can see that really well. So I would recommend buying the better ones, but you know what? They're expensive. So, and I find you end up needing a lot. I'm going to put that aside because I have a few things to give away. So let's get started and see if I can show you quickly how to do this. So you're going to take your 2 strands. You're going to take whatever you're attaching goes to your left. So you can hold it like that in your hand. Fold your 2 pieces there. You're going to set your tube bead next to it. Then you're going to take one or the other, doesn't matter. You can go forward or backwards, just as long as you do it evenly. And hang on to that. And you're going to loop it around. So here is the difficult part. So I'm holding on with my thumb to this part here. So if you're doing a leather wrap bracelet, it's a button. And then you use all your fingers, so it's kind of like trying to figure it out. So this finger here is holding the piece that I just wrapped, and take that around. So now you're going to go to the left of the one you just added, like that. Hold it with your finger, go again to the left, and you can do it as many times as you want. So let's try 3. Let's go crazy. So you're 3, and I hope you can see that. So there's your 3. Now you're coming from the bottom with that same strand. You are going to take it and slide it through the left of the tube. So here's another trick is before you let go of this, take these 2 fingers and hold on. So then your loops are not going to get disturbed. So this way you can use your left hand to slide that in there. And then change hands again, like that. Pull this through and pull the tube out. And I'm going to make sure this is not all twisted here. See, with a leather cord, you're not going to, you know, it's round, so you're not going to see it twisting. Okay, so let's pull everything out like that, still holding on to your loop, and then just gently pull that. Now you can switch hands again. And with this fingers, these here, now that it's there, I want this to tighten up. So you can kind of jiggle it with your fingers as you're pulling the strand through. looks pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that's nice and tight, and you can pull both. I think it needs a little tighter. Just the suede is, and I'm gonna pull mine down a bit. I don't want it that close to the toggle because it'll be hard to get it through. Here's the piece. The suede doesn't work as well because you see that middle loop is tight. Let's see if we can fix that. Don't want that to unravel. You can always, at the end, just get your GS Hypo and stick it in there and add a little bit of a glue to make sure that that doesn't come apart. And there. Okay. So I know that took a little bit of time, but I'll tell you what, once you get started on leather wrap bracelets and stuff like that, and knots, you will love doing barrel knots. They look amazing. So let's get started. So we put that aside. So we need our first bead. Now you could add a bead there. Kind of let this down a bit. There. Okay. Get my pieces here. So you are going to thread the first one in, first side, and what you want to do is you want your suede to be in the same orientation it's coming out of the knot. So let's do this. It's easier to do this at this point than to try and turn it once the other strand's through. So what I am doing, because there's only a little bit of space left for the next strand, I am holding both strands tight and pushing with my thumb on the bead. So it pushes the bead up. And then let's look at this. Make sure this is on the right, correct angle. And see if we can get that in there. And there is a trick to get this going. And that is by pulling on the, so now this piece here is kind of sticking together. So you can actually pull through and look what happens. This comes out. So now you can just hang on to the other side and pull it through. Super easy. And I want this to sit flat, so I'm gonna do something like this. And let's see if we can snug it up. There, I think that's good. So let's try the next one. And you will, you know, your suede will sometimes turn a bit, but just try and straighten it out as best you can. So now we're going to go from the other side. Doesn't matter, you can go from the same side every time. So get that on there. And, okay, so that's in the right spot. So I'm just going to squeeze that together so I can get my other side in. Let's see if we can slide this in. Coming through, there we go. And pull it down. Get the right strands here. So just pull both pieces away from each other. And this one looks like it's turned. So to turn your suede is pretty easy. You can turn it this way and roll your bead at the same time, and it should straighten it out. There. There's number 2. So this is what we're going to do for the whole thing. So, you know, get your cup of tea and settle in, because it shouldn't take too long. I would guess you could probably knock this off in an hour. Get the second piece here. So I definitely think if you're right-handed or left-handed, you're going to probably want to work on one side. I'm finding that's the case for me. Oh, there you go. Okay. So this could be like pretty amazing with different beads. So let me know if there's specific large hole beads that you have that you like, that you think would work with this, and let me know where you get them, because I'm always on the hunt, but yeah, I don't know why I can't find them. Maybe I'm too busy looking at pearls. The other thing you could do with these beads, so these beads are really neat because they have that texture in it and the little filigree on the edge and then some dots. Okay, this one doesn't want to go in. Let me try this again. So you may have to cut this more on an angle, and you may have to stiffen it with something. Let me see if I can kind of scooch it in there. There. So, and then the thing is too, some of these are not exactly the same size, so let's get this guy in. And snug. Ta-da. Keep going. Oh, we were gonna do this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll do 4 on each end. You like how my design techniques change up at the and I'm noticing my oh, you know why my cord's not the same length now? Because when you do a barrel knot, it uses some of the space. So what I normally do, and I forgot to do it on this one, is I add like I don't use the middle of the strand. I'll pull some off to incorporate the barrel knot. So, but I tend to use a little extra anyway, so that it kind of, you don't want to get to the end of your bracelet and then realize you you don't have enough to add your clasp. I've done that many times when I was starting out, so it's it's very disappointing. Nowadays, if I did something like that, I would just take it apart, but I'm a little more used to doing. So I'm trying to turn the suede. So I'm actually turning it with this hand and moving the bead up and down, and it seems to be kind of doing it. This one I just want a little bit more, and And bring it to the middle. There. Like that. Okay. So let's get the next one on. So I think we'll do 2s here. So that'll should make it go a little faster. So let's hang on to that one. I'm going to need to come into here, let's turn it. So you want to make sure this is coming into this side that you're going to add your second strand. So I almost added it through the same hole. So just I'm going to pinch it with my nail and see if I can push that in like that. So you can see that works. So it holds it in place. And let's get everything through. And you know, you could do some braiding as well in between. So just like that. Okay, another one. Let's slide that in. So it looks like the pinch method seems to work the best. There. This, this is looking pretty good. So I think I got those black pearls and they're matte, so I was thinking of designs for men's bracelets. I think this would look amazing for any gender. But yeah, you could patina these pretty easy. Okay, so now we're going to do one straight through. Turn it, grab hold, and pull that through. There. Let's see. Oh yeah, that looks amazing. And you could definitely stack this as well. I would, you know, I'm a little obsessed with those silver pearls that I got, and I must have put away that strand. I had a 6mm strand. It would look amazing with this. So let's keep going. So this part's pretty repetitive. So if you want to catch the end, putting on the clasp, by all means, jump ahead. I won't be offended. I only put ads at the beginning of my videos, and that's, to be honest, I get annoyed with ads. So, like, why would I put ads for? Now, I do put ads. It helps to give me some money to buy beads so I can do this stuff. But if I don't put ads, YouTube puts ads. So, and they will maximize the ads they put. So they'll put them all the way through the video, especially my videos are usually an hour long. So just so you know, that's how that works. That's something, it's not too new, but that is something that they do. So this is getting easier as I'm. So this one is a bit twisted. Let's see if we can untwist it by putting this through here. Once we get it down, it's not going to look twisted anyway. Let's see if we can turn that one. There. So you can kind of play with it like that. And this is what it looks like on the side. So it looks pretty cool on the side too. This is turning out nice. Okay, so now we're going to put 2 strands through 1 bead. And I think what this would do too this way is it gives it more flexibility, like this. If I were to put them all stacked side by side, they'd kind of hold their shape, although they are pretty, they move somewhat. In there. All the way down. And again with the twisting. It's not that big a deal. It's pretty easy to adjust. And there. Let me see how much we have. So this is one wrap would be probably 2 of these that we've done already. But I'm going to continue because I definitely think this is worth a double wrap. So let's put that. Put that through. So things are going good. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm just waiting for to hear from the hospital about having the breast surgery biopsy, and I'm just trying not to think about it. And I have to say too, it helps that I got some drugs from the psychiatrist, so I couldn't have done it without it. I was really upset, so, and anxious. And I think on top of everything with COVID, it just was the tip of the iceberg. I was not expecting it. Oh, my other piece came out. So, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I did have got some blood work done yesterday, first thing in the morning. So then in the evening, I had an appointment with the psychiatrist, and so she was concerned about. Let me twist this here. She was concerned about my neutrophil levels, and so they were low again. But again, I could have freaked out, but I'm like, I'll just wait, and if my family doctor calls me, then fine. If not, we'll just wait and see. I figure if there is something wrong, I will start to have symptoms. And the other thing is they'll be watching it anyway, so I mean that's an improvement on my approach to things, so I'm kind of proud of myself for that. But I think at this point I've covered all the bases. So, there's a lot of people looking after me, including my wife. So I hear her roaming around the door. that usually means she wants to tell me something. But yeah, there's no pearls and no unboxings, so we're safe if she walks in. We are in the middle of a wind storm, I guess you would call it. Some rain, and they're expecting a flash freeze tomorrow, I think. So I'm getting so tired of this weather, although, I mean, poor people in New Brunswick and Newfoundland getting tons of snow and whatnot. So now I'm going to add see if I can keep these strands straight. There we go. That. I think I know what my wife wanted. So it's like, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I do keto. So I only eat one meal a day most of the times. And she didn't sleep last night, so she just got up. So she probably wants to know if I want bacon and eggs. It's like one of the meals that I can eat and not have any concern at all. But yeah, I'm not hungry. That is the lovely thing about. Okay, I just went to pull this to even it out, and I noticed I yanked the other one. So let's readjust that. I like that. And let's take this one and move it out a bit like that. So pull and pull. There. Okay, one more on that side. So I'm running out of this faux suede. So that was 4 feet that I cut. So I don't know if I'll get. I'll do something in a second here. I don't know if I'll get my double wrap with this. The other option is we could change this up for the second wrap. Ooh, think about that. Get this guy in here. Oh look, almost lost that one. Ugh. Okay, so these are going to be all twisted because I wasn't paying attention. That actually turned out pretty good. So let's. Okay, let me test this for myself. So I would need at least one more set of those for single, so we'll go ahead and do that. We need both strands. And then I will measure my suede in it, and it'll tell me how much I've used already. that. So actually this might fit. Let me attach this piece, the toggle, put it in place, and then do this because it's a long toggle. And then so yeah, so that easily would be one. So let me see what I have left on here. So yeah, I don't have enough to do a second round. I only have 1 foot left. So, but actually it's actually 2 feet because I have 2 strands. So that actually would still work. Let's think about this. I want to change this up for the second way around. So actually, when you're doing a double wrap, just remember, so normally our clasp goes here on the inside because we want to show off all our pretty beads. So when you go to do your second loop, you can, instead of changing up the beads, you can continue with the same beads you have till you get to about here and then add the other beads. And I do that when I have some really beads that I only have a few of, or they're very expensive. So I do it that way. Let me see. So we need some type of silver bead, and I should take my tablet out and show you. Oh, this is embarrassing. Let me reduce this. I need a special handle for my tablet to do this. So I'm just going to do it slowly. So this is my desk. There's always tons of stuff. This is actually clean. That's clean. Okay, so let's adjust the lighting here. So this area here is like my findings and stuff. So sometimes I have some metallic beads in here. Don't see anything. And then we have, it just goes on. And I have these somewhat organized and have an idea in my head where things are. Ooh, I knew if I did this, I think I have an idea of a bead that would go for the second. And actually it's a large hole bead and it's silver. Ooh, and it's pretty. Got it. See, I knew if I got your help, I could do that. So let me get this back in the clamp there. And sorry about that tilting there. I need to check to make sure the microphone is not blocked. There. Okay. So I have these guys. Those are not big enough. But these have large holes. But those aren't the ones I was thinking about. They're a little too sparkly. Too much bling. To go with this. Yeah. But that wasn't, oh, this is the one that I wanted. So this was the, let me open this here. These ones here, they're somewhat blingy, but they're kind of like, they have these, let me enlarge it here. So they have like these ridges. So that might, and they are big holes. So I think, let me see if my metallic tool will work on those. They do, look at that. Oh. So let's try that. I'll change it up a bit. I don't know. I'm having second thoughts because look at these are so nice and rustic, and these are a little too blingy. Let's put a few on and see what happens. Actually, you know what? Because it's a wrap, flip this. Because it's a wrap, it might look like two separate bracelets. So that wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, and it would really elevate it. Okay, so actually, yeah, we can start here. So here's the difference now. This is it for these beads. That's all I have left, and I definitely do want to do some patina on them. So to save those, and these are, they're not super cheap, but they are cheap, and I can order lots of these. So I will go ahead, even though, like I said, you want to go past the midpoint to the side here, but we will do it that way. And I think we're going to double, just put these on through both holes. So let's see if we can, this might be a little more tricky because the middle of the bead is open, so we might have a hard time getting our leather through. Let me see. Let's see if this works. Okay, that is not going to work. I have another plan, even better. We're going to do 2 strands of these with the 2 strands. What do you think? I think it's going to be amazing. There's one, so it'll look like you're wearing 3 bracelets. And if you wanted to, because they stay secure, you could interchange them back and forth. I'll do one more here, but I think I want to do the double strand. So what you could do is just go ahead and add a whole bunch and then adjust them after. And this one's going in good because I have a really long point. So I'll recut the other one and see if that helps. Oh man, this looks amazing. So this is what I was suggesting, something like this. But I really like this. This looks awesome. Let's get the, what you can do is stack it in between. So let's put some on here. Let's angle this a little better. This should look amazing. Put a bunch on. And actually I have these in like an antique gold. So you could make like a rustic wrap with just these. Oh, look at that, looks amazing. Yeah, okay. So let's just keep going. Put a whole bunch on there. So this started out, I had a specific idea on what to do. And look at how it changes. So, you know, I recommend this for you if you're having a kind of a block, or you're not feeling like beading and stuff. And I'm kind of almost saying it to myself too, because I haven't been in the mood to do this. Been kind of looking for the really amazing projects. I'm creating a bit of space here to try and make them so they're not like super tight. Um, you know, I'm talking more for myself, is to just sit down and start playing with your beads, because I have so much stuff. And then I get in a rut. And what do? Instead of going playing with my beads, I go online and take a look at what I can buy. And I have enough. Oh, so I did place an order with Art Beads. So thank you so much. The name, I want to say Karen Thompson or something. And I apologize if I got that wrong. Had given me the coupon code. So that was awesome. And here's the thing, I wanted a bunch more than what I ordered, but I was concerned to begin with. The last couple of times I got dinged a couple of times for duty. So I wanted to test it out with this. So I need actually up to about here. So I need, let me test this for a second here. Okay. Yeah, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. With another 20, so I'm going to get my container out. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, so I'm hoping that things go well with this order with Art Beads. They're probably my favorite to order from. This, I think, because they have a lot of stuff that I could choose from. So these beads, I'm surprised. These are really amazing. If you get a chance, order them. They're actually solid. They feel substantial. I thought because you can see through them that they would be really kind of, you could press them and they would fold kind of thing, but they're definitely, so let me make sure I got 20 here. 5, 10, 15, 20. We're going to need more for the other side. Oh, it's flying everywhere. Okay. Let's see what we can get. But it's kind of cool that they're heavy, because they're it feels like a real silver bracelet. Get these guys on there. You guys are gonna laugh. If you saw my video on sorting my 2-hole beads, I had so many cabochons, and guess what? I ordered some more. Actually, I only ordered, I think, 4 total. There was, I didn't have any white. I actually may have ordered more of that. I think I ordered 2, but now that I think of it, I might have ordered 4. And I didn't realize, I thought I had lots of turquoise cabochons, and I must have used them on some bracelet that I gave away, because I don't see it up on my board. Their cabochons are amazing. Let me get this to the middle here. That's you know, not a big deal considering what little money I spend on things. I usually don't spend much money on clothes, but because I lost a lot of weight, I ordered a few things. This looks like that should be long enough. Look at how long that is. So I don't know if I miscounted. Okay, so let's get that. See where we are here. It's too much actually. So I don't know why I miscounted. Let me take 4 off and then test that again. Okay, that goes like that. Goes like that. Yeah, that should do. Because then the clasp will go there. Let me double check. I want it to be a little bit loose. I'm going to add 2, I think, to that side. And then we'll do the other side. Get that out of the way. So unfortunately, they don't have these beads in gold. And I remember the first time I ordered them, I was like, did they not send me all my... I ordered like one of every color. And I was looking for the gold, and in my head, I thought I had ordered gold. So I went and checked, and here, lo and behold, they don't have gold. So then I tried to get something that was similar. They're super expensive. So I think a bag of 50 of these is about, it's between $2 and $3. Which, you know, if I could get it in a bulk, it would be lovely, but I haven't found it yet. So I've reordered these multiple times. I was trying to think of some stories to tell you that I haven't told you already. And I was thinking about a time that my sister and I found a wallet full of money. I think there was like $76 in it. And it was on the street in Toronto. More than likely, you know, that I'm trying to think why there wouldn't have been any identification in the wallet. We were close to a police station. We could have dropped it off. But we were pretty young, and my brother, we told my brother, who was just a little bit older than us. He was like, you know what? You know, Mummy's sister is visiting from New Brunswick, and I wouldn't want to bother her with this issue. And that was, oh my God, we were so gullible. We're like, yeah, you take care of it. We never saw a dime of that money. But clearly, he thought he'd come into the windfall. All the things we do when we're kids. I used to find money all the time. I remember being in the mall, and they had the ice cream parlors, kind of like a Lower Seacourt, and they sold ice cream. We were waiting for our ice cream, and I looked down, there was a $10 bill. Back then, when we were kids, $10 is a lot of money. One day I was walking to the bus stop from my apartment when I was in nursing school. So I was super broke. I didn't have money for food when I was in nursing school. Between books and tuition, I didn't have any money, and I was working as well. Okay, so maybe one more on this one. Well, it's a good thing we did it this way because I'm running out of suede. So let's put that there. Oh my god, this is going to look amazing. Woohoo! This is crazy. Oh, it's hard to get the. Look at that. That is amazing. So there. And what it'll do is it'll make it a bit loose. Actually, I think I might. Let's take some of those off there. I think we're ready to put the clasp. So, okay, what I wanted to do, I may use a different bead. This one of these big ones, because the hole's bigger, and what I want to do is we're going to fold this over so it'll be 4 strands that we need to. Actually, kind of like this one. Okay. So let's slide that one on first. So we might leave a little bit of give so that these don't, so they dangle nicely. And it actually is just wanting to slide down. Let's just go for it. That in here. This hole's even smaller. Okay, let me see if I can cut this. We may have to do jump ring, which is not a big deal. Apologize, I'm off the side here. Let me see if we do something like this. Just gonna move that up for now. We're gonna use that bead pulling trick. Okay, so let's do this. And then bring this down like right there. And then we're gonna tighten this. I might leave this piece, give it some wiggle room because it's super tight. I don't want it rigid on your wrist. So yeah, we're definitely going to put glue on this one here. But let's test it on our hand first before we put any glue. So do that, like that, and pop that in. Perfect. Oh yeah, look at that. That's amazing. That is perfect. Good. So we need some glue. I think I'll use GS Hypo because there's really not much room to go with this. So this is the GS Hypo. And go in here. I'm going to squeeze. Make sure this is coming out. That's the only issue with the GS Hypo is if you stick it inside something, you can't see if it's coming out. So you're gonna want to get it started first. Yeah. And I'm kind of moving it around. There, that should do it. Okay. Take that off my hand. Let's cut this. And this one. There. Piece. And there we have it. My mat's all. This is from the suede going through the beads. Let me see if I can clean this off so you can see this beautiful bracelet. Let's see what we can do here. Let's start by putting it on. So it's easy to put on, which is huge for me. And then look at that. Wow. That is awesome. Super. So let's show you what that looks like. There we go. That turned out a lot more amazing than I thought it would. I have one suggestion. I would probably add another bunch of these. I found that it looked like it was off a bit, so I might go, take those beads off and continue with this just for one more. But that turned out pretty amazing. Thank you for joining me, and yeah, let me know if you try this design. This turned out pretty spectacular. Take care, everybody. Bye.